As you progress with your project, there will probably come a time where you want to add some text. Now, one of the ways is by using Photoshop. However, there is a much more elegant and efficient way of doing this within Premiere Pro by using its titler function. Before I do, notice here in my program monitor, I can clearly see my clip. However, we can see what are known as safe margins that we can superimpose over the top of our clip. Let me just show you what they are. Right click, then just roll down to that bottom option, Save Margins. You'll see these rectangular areas. The inner rectangular area is known as the safe margin for text, and that's what we're concerned with here. If you place your titles inside this inner rectangular area, your text will be safe to be seen without going off the screen. If I go to the top left of our user interface, I'll click on Title, and I can see my option at the top is called New Title. Fly out to the right, and I can either choose between a default still, a roll, or a crawl. I'm going to choose a default still, then set up my dimensions. I'm going to leave my dimensions exactly as they are. I could give this a name. Seeing as I'm only creating this one, I'll leave it at the default title number 1 and OK it. I'll now see this titler user interface. Possibly the first thing you'll notice is my safe margins are visible. We've got our clip here, and we are going to be able to superimpose over the top text we would like to add. And you add your text by using the Tools panel here. I'm going to choose the T at the top to add some text. And if I click within my safe margin area, then I can add some text. And by grabbing my selection tool, I'll move this down so that it sits within the safe margin area for text, just at the bottom of it there. I'm okay with the font size, but I want to adjust the spacing so that it spreads right across the bottom there within our safe margin area. I'll left click here and drag to the right so that it moves across and fills that safe margin area. I've done this by eye, but if I want to get this to centralize my text, then down here I've got a vertical center. Clicking on that moves my text to the middle vertically, or by clicking on this one, this will now center my text horizontally. It's now been centralized. Now I could accept it like this, but if I want to choose a preset title style, then notice all these different presets down here. Flick through until you find the one that you quite like. And there we go. Do notice though that running down the right hand side, you'll get all these different title properties. You'll see things like font family and font size, etc, etc. They are self-explanatory if you've ever used a word processor before. If you are comfortable with InDesign or Photoshop even, then this will all be very familiar to you. Once you are satisfied, all you need to do is close this title. Once you do, automatically down in your project panel, you will see that title number 1 brought in. It's not placed on my timeline. I've not got it superimposed over the top of my clip yet. What I need to do is click on it, then drag it over onto the timeline. I'm going to drag it here just above video track 1. And because it's transparent, apart from the text, then only the text shows. Notice if I right click, then run down to safe margins, my text sits within the safe margin area. Okay, so that's a quick run through how we use titles and how we create them and how we make them sit within a safe margin area so that we guarantee that when we finish our movie and convert it to a DVD, that text will always be visible on a TV screen. Right, we'll finish up here then, and I'll see you in a moment, okay?